we go to Evansville, Indiana. Amber's there. Amber, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. Thanks for taking my call.
You bet, Amber. What's up?
So I am in a job that I love. I love the work I do, love the people I'm with, and I've been with the company about 5 years. I have unfortunately gone a couple years without a raise, and I've taken on more responsibilities. I work in multiple departments. I'm at a position now where my next step would be running my own store. I've had the conversations with my boss about, the extra work I'm taking on and responsibilities and my goals for moving up. I'm not getting anywhere with getting that raise. I'm just wondering what the next steps would be. What conversations can I have to get a raise that I feel I've earned?
Yeah, well, sounds like you're having the right conversations. I guess what I'm curious to know is two things. One, do you know if the company does a pretty standard annual raise, like based on annual reviews? Are they giving people annual bumps, or is it just very spotty? That's my first question, and I'll ask you one more and let you answer both. And then the second question is, what is your leader saying when you have these conversations about a raise? What's the feedback? So answer both of those for me.
So the annual raise is kind of spotty. We do like an annual cost of living thing that all employees get. It's, a few cents here and there. But as far as like a yearly like talent review raise, we don't really get anything like that.
Okay. All right. So what's the feedback from your leader when you've had these, it sounds like multiple conversations?
I have. He's not super proactive with that. And I'm not getting a whole lot of feedback. It's kind of, well, you're doing the job. Yeah, you do a great job. But I'm not sure why you're not getting a raise.
What?
And
Wait. That's what is it a he?
It is, yeah.
Oh, gosh. So he goes, I don't know why you're not getting a raise, as though there's some like mystery. Like, is he not involved in saying that? Is first of all, let me ask you this. Is he the one that approves it or not? Sounds like he's not.
He would initiate it.
He would initiate it.
Yeah, he would put in a request that, this person's earned it.
Okay, so has he put in the request after these multiple conversations?
He has not.
Okay, now what does that tell you? He says things like, I don't know why you're not getting a raise. Hey, bonehead, it sounds like you have to put in the official paperwork to get me a raise. That's what I want to say to him. So what does that say to you about this guy and his initiative, his view of you? What does that say to you?
He does not care about his employees all that much.
He doesn't give a freaking crap about you.
Right.
All right. Now, I only have one other question, and I'm going to tell you what I think. I assume if you were to get a managerial position of a store, which you're not currently in, but if you were to get that in and of itself would come with a raise, yes?
Correct. Yeah.
And when you bring that up to him, he's the same doorstop on that too.
He is supportive of me taking on more responsibilities within the store and doing more work.
But what I'm saying is he is the one that must approve you becoming a manager in the store. Yes or no?
He would not know. No, he would not know.
But does it have to go through him too, where you can't go around him? That would be seen as, bad move, you going above him to the decision maker.
There is someone above him who would decide on the promotion.
But you didn't hear me, or you didn't answer me. Yes, I know there's someone above him. Is it bad politics? Is it seen as inappropriate? I think it might be. We don't do that here. Everything needs to go to your immediate leader here at Ramsey Solutions. So is there a way to end around it or not? I don't think there is. Would it be frowned upon or what? What's going on there?
I think it could cause maybe some issues.
That's what I thought. So Amber,
yeah.
Amber, it's time to leave. Now, don't leave today. I want you to leave as soon as you have something else to step into. I don't prescribe jumping off of a cliff and leaving today unless financially you have the cushion to be able to do so, and it is not risky at all financially.
Okay.
It's time to look. This guy is a lid. He is a lid for you, and it doesn't seem like there's any way we're going to get around it. So why do we keep doing it? It's the definition of insanity. At some point, you're going to bang your head against the wall enough to where you're concussed. If you're not already there. emotionally and mentally concussed. Right?
Right. Yeah.
Am I wrong here? I mean, why'd you call?
I'm getting to that point. Yeah.
I mean, you called me. You said, "What's my next step?" Your next step is to look for something else. It's time to say, "Deuces, I'm out." That's what it's time for. This is a horrible leader.
No, I agree. Yeah.
By the way, just note to my producer, Alex, this is exactly, this right here is exactly why I want to do this new content. Just a little private note. Everybody's going, what's he talking about? I'm going to start talking about leadership stuff more and more on this show because I'm hearing about it every day from you folks. This is a leadership problem, Amber, and it's not going to get any better. So it's time to look elsewhere. So take your, don't get proper perspective. What do you want to do? Where can you do it? Go look for it. You're qualified. You're ready. You don't trash this guy. When you start interviewing, you just go, I'm looking for an opportunity to grow. I hear great things. And you're looking for a management position because you're qualified today. Yes or no?
Yes.
All right, then. Act that way. Act that way. Act that way. That's my advice here. Look, folks, if you're qualified because you've got the experience and you've got the skill, then act that way. Well, I've never been a manager before. I got news for you. Nobody was ever a manager before. At some point, every leader who steps into a leadership position, at some point, it's the first time. So, welcome to the dance. Joe remembers this. Joe's in Gainesville, Georgia, where he and I met when I first started radio on Saturday. So I get to Ramsey Solutions. I pay my dues for 3 years. Dave and the leadership say, hey, we want you to move from your host role into a personality role with your content. And so we want you to start developing it, and then we'll figure out a transition plan to replace you. So I'm about 2 months into that, right? Like I'm doing my hosting stuff, but every waking second of the day, I'm beginning to develop and do a deep dive on the methodology and the philosophy that you hear every day. And I'm studying, I'm beginning to take my mind and prepare, what do I want the show to be like? What am I going to do? All the things. I get a phone call one day from one of our leaders, Jeremy Breland. He goes, hey man, you sitting down? I go, no. He goes, maybe you should. I go, whoa, where's this going? He goes, it's all good, but don't get too excited because it's not a done deal. I go, great. What is it? He goes, we're about ready to launch a Ramsey Solutions channel on Sirius XM. National platform. I said, okay, tell me more. He goes, yeah. We're talking to them. Not only all the personalities and their podcasts will be on during the week, but we're talking about you having a daily show that leads into Dave. I'm sorry, say that again. He says it again. Okay. All right, well, let me know. It's not a done deal. No. A week later, it's happening in a month and a half. I called Joe. Hey, man, so going to have a national show daily leading into Dave Ramsey, and I need somebody to actually make this show happen. You interested in coming to Nash Vegas? He was like, when do you want me there?
My bags are already packed.
And I mean, Joe, but that's how quick it happened. You and I didn't have time to sit there and make it perfect. It was the first time I had done a show like that. Coaching people on the air. Can I just tell you all, this isn't false humility. It sucked compared to what it is today. Why? Because I was learning to ride a bike. It was wobbly. I wrecked it a few times. I know that I help callers a little bit, but not as good as I help them today. Why? Because I hadn't done it before. So if you're going, Ken, I want to lead, I've never led before, it's going to be okay. Embrace the suck, care about people, serve people, and you're going to be fine. Just like we learned to ride a bike, we can learn to lead. And so I just know there's so many people in our audience that are so scared of the next step because of that unknown, and I get it. But please don't be like those cold and timid souls that Teddy Roosevelt talked about. That get to the end of their life and they look back and they regret because they didn't take the opportunities. And the reason they didn't take the opportunities presented to them is because the fear of the unknown paralyzed them. Here's what I know about the human condition. Many of us would rather be miserable than uncomfortable. It's pretty heavy. We know what we're miserable with and because of, and we fight our way through it. And we're okay being miserable because I know what to expect on Monday morning. I know my boss is going to be a total pinhead and treat me like I'm a piece of crap, but I kind of expect it. I've put up with it, and I know I'm going to get a paycheck in 2 weeks. Come on. I'm just telling you. Hey, I know my coworkers are gossiping jerks who look for every opportunity to take advantage of me and yada, 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 yada. But I know that the paycheck is going to cover my basics and my kid's going to keep playing soccer and I get to play golf on Saturdays. And it covers all the alcohol I have to drink on Fridays just to try to dull the pain of Monday through Friday. This is real, folks. Because we're okay with the misery because we know what to expect. But with the stepping out and being who we were created to be and going through getting clear and getting qualified and getting connected and then getting started and then getting promoted, that's like, Ken, I know it's the clear path and I know it makes sense, but golly, that's going to be really, really hard and it's got all these unknowns and I don't know how much time it's going to take. I don't know how much it's going to cost and I don't know if I'm going to get rejected and I don't know if I'm going to fail. I got news for you. You're going to get rejected. You're going to fail. It's going to probably take more time than you thought, and it's probably going to cost more than you thought. But here's the reality. You can get the answers. You can put a plan together, and you will get there. And I'm going to tell you on the other side of that, the significance you experience in your daily life, weekly life, monthly life, yearly life, and at the end of your journey, that you made the contribution you were created to make. Can I just tell you, it's worth it all. And I would rather be uncomfortable for the opportunity to be valuable than I would be miserable and miss out on the opportunity to be valuable and make a contribution in the lives of others. And you know it too. You know it.